If you someone and you struggling with growing your natural hair, I'm going to give you some tips. I'm going to keep it plain and simple to you. I'm not going to over complicate it. But the first thing I'm going to tell you, if you want to grow your hair from a licensed professional, is you got to have a routine. Your hair needs consistency. Meaning, you cannot say, okay, I'm going to get on a routine and you don't have no shampoo schedule. So first thing you need to do, if you want to grow your hair, have a routine. So what does this routine look like? Okay, it's going to be based on your hair porosity, how you wear your hair, your lifestyle. So for me, I shampoo my hair once a week. That's what's working for me. Now for you, you might be like, I need to shampoo every 2 weeks. Some people every 3, some people every 4. It just all depends. You got to know your hair. So you got to have that routine. Like, you should have a shampoo schedule. You should have a treatment schedule, and a trim schedule. The main things you need to grow your hair, I'm going to keep it simple. Routine. And in that routine, you're going to have your treatments and your shampoo. You need to get a trim, and you also need treatments. That's the main thing, 3 things you need to grow your hair. Hey, Akila, thanks for joining. So, number 2 is you need to be on the trim schedule. You need to be on the trim schedule. Because here's the thing. Your hair is always growing. I want to go ahead and affirm you right there. Your hair is always growing. Okay? Like, if your hair ain't growing, you're dead. Okay? You don't went and met the Lord, or you don't went and met Satan. But you ain't alive no more. But anyway, your hair is always growing. I know you're thinking, at least my hair is just not growing. It's just not growing. Like, it's been the same length. And I'm about to talk to these girlies whose hair has been the same length for a while. Your hair is stuck at the same length, and you trying to get over the hump, and you trying to figure out, how come my hair hasn't got past my shoulders? Okay, well, let's break down your routine. Let's see exactly what you're doing. Let's see exactly what you're doing. And the thing is, the problem that you having is probably length retention. Like, your hair cannot get past your shoulders because there's something in your routine that you're doing wrong. So really, you can be your own case analysis person. Okay, so you can think about, okay, like, how am I treating your hair? How are you treating your hair? How are you treating your hair? Are you being too rough? It's really, really little small caveats and nuances that you're probably missing on why you're not growing your hair. And that's why you listen to this live stream in full, because I could say one thing and you're going to be like, oh, that is the reason why. So the thing is, do you wait and only get your hair trimmed once a year? Do you only wait and get your hair trimmed once a year? And the reason why I bring this up is because I had a client who came in. It had been a year since I had seen her. Well, no, not that client. This is another client. Well, this client, I hadn't seen her in a while, right? And she hadn't had a trim in a long time. And her hair was kind of stuck at this length. Like, it wasn't really growing. But when I blow dry her hair out and seeing how damaged her hair was, that was the reason why. Because as soon as her hair was growing in, it was breaking off when it was splitting, and she wasn't getting her split ends treated. So that's the thing. Like, and I always give this example. If you're new to my channel, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, this is your hair shaft right here. So what starts to happen is, as your hair is growing in, thank you for watching. As your hair is growing in, and let's just say with mechanical damage, look at the bottom of my palms. Mechanical damage, like you being too rough with your brushes and your tools, so start to split. Okay, your hair is dry, start to split. There we go. So your hair starts to split, mechanical damage. And then You being too rough. It's dry, okay? And you see how my hands are getting further apart. Now, keep in mind, your hair is constantly still growing in, but as it's growing in, look, it's starting to separate away. So you're not really seeing the growth because as it's growing in, it's splitting out. So and you got like short pieces like throughout your hair, and it look broke off, and you like, my hair ain't growing, but it is. So we didn't take care of the problem when it was down here. See, this is the thing I want y'all to get to. I want us to get to the point, if you're trying to grow your hair, as soon as your hair starts splitting like that, go ahead and trim that off. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Don't wait. If you're trying to grow your hair, don't wait. Don't be like, oh, I just do it next time. That's why your hair is still stuck at the same length. That's why. Trimming does not grow your hair. And I just want to say that. Don't listen and be like, oh, she's saying trim or grow. No, trim not really grow your hair. It helps with like length retention, but it helps with length retention, but it don't really grow your hair. It just helps with the maintenance of your hair, because if it keeps splitting and splitting and splitting, you're really not gonna see the growth you want to see. So what I want y'all to get used to, is to start trimming your hair before it gets too bad. Now, everybody's trim schedule is going to look different. Like, I have some clients where they only have to do a trim like quarterly, every 3 to 4 months, because the way how they take care of their hair is like top tier. And when they come in, they literally only have a little bit split. Now, there are some people who are on an extreme like trim plan. Like, I got them on every 6 weeks, because we are in a season where I'm really trying to monitor their hair closely and trying to catch their hair before it gets split all the way off the hair shaft. So like, if you have a problem with breakage, and you're rough on your hair, you might need to be doing them trims a little bit more often, so we can go ahead and take care of the problem before it gets too bad. And that's the thing, like, if you want your hair to grow, like, start on this regimen now. I have an ebook. Let me see if I can put in a chat. I got an ebook, and it's called My Ultimate Hair Care Guide, and you can get that guide. I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's only $5, but it's a digital book that you can buy, and I'll give you a treatment plan for each hair issue you having. So let's just say you dealing with thinning, or let's just say you dealing with dry scalp, heat damage, whatever it is, you can get this guide. So I'm gonna put it in the chat, if you want to get that. But you know, you can keep on listening too, because I'm gonna keep giving y'all tips on how you can grow your hair, give you like a little quick overview. So yeah, just keep in mind, like, don't be afraid, get that hair trim. Okay, I joined my own live. I'm about to put it up here. Okay, so now I'm gonna pin it, and you can go check it out. Okay, sorry y'all, I always have a hard problem with pinning a comment when okay, pin message. There we go. So yeah, that's the ebook guide that's pinned. So we talked about having a routine, right? So you want to have your hair on a schedule where you're getting that good shampoo. And the reason why I say that about the shampoo, it's so vital. Like, our hair is like a plant, okay? Our hair, think of your hair as a plant. Your hair needs water, your hair needs vitamins, your hair needs to be trimmed, just like a plant. Like a plant, it needs sunlight to grow. And even with y'all, like we the people, we need that good vitamin D from the sun. Like, the reason why some of y'all hair ain't growing for real is because y'all don't be getting outside. Y'all don't be getting outside, getting that natural, you know, sun on you. Let that hit your skin, let that hit your hair. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that really matters, okay? Because you can get those natural vitamins from the sun, okay? So, or even if you're not getting outside, you need to be taking your multivitamin or some kind of vitamin. If you have a problem, your hair ain't growing, this is another game changer. Now, I kind of went off the limb, but this is going to help you if you want to grow your hair. If you have, say you like, Lisa, I got a good routine, you know what I'm saying, and my hair, I just feel like my hair is still not growing. Go to a doctor and get your blood test, okay? Get your blood test. Have that doctor check your vitamin D, your vitamin E. Do a full panel, okay? Have them check everything. I did a video, a live stream. What was the name of the live stream? And I went into details talking about the different type of vitamins that you need. Oh yeah, which vitamins grow my hair. Put that in Google after we get off of this and put Lisa Smilez, and it'll come up. So I basically talk about all the vitamins you need to see hair growth. But when you go to the doctor, just to summarize that video, when you go to the doctor and when your blood work come back, it might say you low in vitamin D or low in this vitamin, low in that one. That right there can be a game changer for you, because you could be low in vitamin D and ask your physician like, hey, do I need a prescription, or what kind of vitamin brand I can get out the store? I just told my client this to add in the diet. Now my client who I was talking to this morning, she's a very picky eater, very picky eater. And so her doctor has her on what did she say her doctor has her on? I forgot what vitamin it was, but she recently just got on it because she's such a picky eater and she don't eat like a lot of like vegetables and stuff like that to really get the right vitamins she have in it. And it shows in her hair. It shows in her hair and with the breakage and just the thinning. So if you're somebody and like you're suffering with growing your hair, go get you a physical. Go get you a physical, because like that could be throwing off your hair growth. Okay, I got 30 minutes. My client coming in, another client coming in 30 minutes. So yeah, that could go get you a physical. So if you want to grow your hair, get you a physical to make sure all your levels are together, because I don't think y'all realize, and even me at first, that how what we eat and what we consume, even our stress level, has so much to do with growing your hair. Again, I told y'all all the basic stuff about having a routine, have a trim schedule. Now I'm gonna get on the treatment schedule next, but I'm just kind of, this is in no particular order, but just listen to it and take notes. Go back and listen to this again, let it bless your life. But I don't think a lot of people realize like how important it is, like what you put in your body matters. Even your stress level, hormones, all of that affect your hair and your growth and your thickness of your hair. All of that affects it. So if something is off, like if you are like stressed out, you're going through some mental health things, that's affecting your hair growth. Okay, if you're not eating the right foods in your diet, all of that is affecting your hair growth. So go to the doctor, get you a physical, and make sure everything is together. Because honestly, I can tell you all the treatments to do. You can get this ebook guide. Like I said in my description, it's only $5. You can get this ebook guide and follow all the tips. You can buy all the products off my website. But if there is something internally going on, it's not going to grow. I'm gonna give you a prime example. And my client, she knew she was gonna be on the 5 o'clock news tonight. She knew I could use this as an example, but I ain't gonna say her name. But there's been a couple live streams where I have said, like, if you're not seeing growth, go see a doctor. And I'm gonna let y'all go down a trail of things. First, if you're not seeing the results you want to see with your hair growing, go to a doctor and, like I said, get a physical. Okay. Let's say you did that and your doctor found out you was low in vitamin D, so he got you on vitamin D and everything's going well. Your hair start growing cool. But let's just say you get on the vitamin D and you're like, oh, I'm still not seeing no growth. The next step is dermatologist. Go to a dermatologist. I had a client who I had kind of said it a while back. I was like, you need to go see a dermatologist, because, she had been coming to me for a while. I had been working with her hair, and I'm like, she changed her routine. I started noticing that her hair was starting to feel more moisturized, but it was still like some thinning, like kind of like in the top center of her head, that I was trying to figure out, like, I know I'm doing my job and I know what you're doing, what you're supposed to do, but it comes to a point where you have to seek other professional help. going to dermatologist. So finally, y'all, because she said, Lisa, I've been hearing you say this for the longest, and I just, just haven't did it, for X amount of reason. But she came the other day, and she, because I remember when she came a couple months ago, she said, I finally made an appointment, but it's not all the way into March, or not till months later. And that's the thing, like, if you go seek professional help, and they're like, oh, they don't got an appointment 3 months later or 6 months later, still make the appointment, because the time gonna pass regardless. At least get on the wait list, at least get the appointment in there, because guess what, 3 months gonna pass regardless. So I'd rather you have appointment on the books to see a dermatologist and a trichologist. We get on that too. So you can already be in there. So her appointment finally came up, and so when she came to my appointment to get her hair done, I think this was like yesterday, and come to find out, she went to dermatologist, and come to find out that she had CCA, which is a type of alopecia. It's called, I think it's called central. I'm getting the name mixed up, but anyway, it's a form of alopecia. And there's no cure for it, but there are medicines and stuff that she can take to help her hair, and I think somewhat help with the growth and help thicken it up. But once those follicles are gone, they're gone. Okay. And that was her situation. But we believe in God that, I'm glad she finally went and got the testing that she need. I think she said her dermatologist got her on some type of ointment. So we're going to just have her on a treatment plan and use her ointment and just pray that everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. But see, I'm glad she went and found it out, because it's like, at least now we know. At least now we know. And see, that could be some of y'all issue, like, who watching this and you're trying to figure out, you go to the doctor, okay, everything's good to go. If you get on the treatment plan and you taking your vitamins and you still not seeing results, dermatologist. The next step is going to be a trichologist. Now, I don't want to mess up with the definition of a trichologist, so let me just read it to y'all. But I know a trichologist, they help with studying the scalp. Hold on. Okay, so a trichologist, I want to read the direct Google definition, is a specialist who focuses on the study of hair and scalp health, providing diagnosis and treatments of various hair conditions and scalp conditions, including hair loss and scalp disorders. So a lot of times, sometimes y'all hear me say on my live, when I promote different products, and I'll say, like, if you have certain scalp conditions, do not use this because it actually could have an adverse effect, and you need to go see either a dermatologist or a trichologist. And sometimes they'll have recommended, shampoos and conditioners to use. And see, that could be the corporate for some of y'all. If you want to grow your hair and you're not seeing the results you want to see. Now, again, what I'm talking about, we're going to go see a doctor. Now, these are more of extreme cases, but I want to put this in this live stream because this can set somebody free. Because you might have been watching my videos for a while. Maybe you haven't. Even if you haven't, go back and watch some of my old videos about how to grow your hair and follow the steps. Or if you don't want to go back because in my ebook guide, I talk about all this stuff for the most part on my channel, but it's a lot of caveats, nuances. But if you're new to my channel, you're like, girl, I ain't trying to go and watch the whole hour live stream, do all that. I just tell me what I need to do. That's what the ebook guide is for. That's what the ebook guide is for. I to the point, okay? You don't have to sit through the whole live stream, listen to all these videos. Straight to the point, what you need to do. But I'm saying this is because if you've been watching my videos for a while and you've been watching everything and you're just not seeing the results you want to see. Now, let me back up. You got to be doing the work. Don't just be watching the videos and not doing the work and be like, well, at least I'm watching videos, so I'm not seeing the results. But are you listening? Are you really listening? Are you really following what I'm saying in the videos? Because I have proof that the people, my A1 day ones who've been following my videos, they're seeing results. Okay, but you gotta do the work. Okay, you gotta do the work. But if you're doing all that and you still not seeing the results you need to see other medical help. Okay, now I went to school and I studied hair and how to grow hair, but there's other things when it comes to like medically that I'm not able to answer, and I will refer you out. Say, hey, you need to go see a dermatologist. Hey, you need to go see a trichologist because I've been working with your hair and I done grew other people's hair while your hair ain't growing. Okay, so it could be a different issue. So I know that we kind of went down a rabbit hole on that, but we're gonna just let that sit right there and minister to somebody, because somebody need to hear that in their spirit. Somebody need to be set free from that, and so that's gonna set somebody free. So now, so now let's talk about the other thing you need to do to grow your hair is you need to be on a treatment plan. Girl, what you doing? When the last time you had a good old treatment? There's various treatments you can get. One treatment I want to point out that you should be doing on a regular basis, especially I want to talk to my girls who have like thick, coarse hair. Okay, you need, and it's most of the time it's really, really dry. Moisture is going to be your best friend. I'm really speaking to my girls with the tightly coiled hairs. I'm gonna get to the women who might have looser curl pattern or looser curls. I'm gonna get to y'all, but let me talk to the 4C girls. Y'all know me, I don't really like do all that hair typing. I be spitting. Y'all be getting too excited. Let me talk to my y'all know me, I don't like to do hair typing. Oh, that's another thing. I know this is random. One of my clients had asked me today, she was like, can you tell me what my hair type is? I'm like, girl, I really don't go by the hair typing thing. And the reason why I don't really do hair typing, and if you don't know what I mean like when people say, oh, my hair is 4C, oh, my hair is 3A or 3B. Like, to me, that was something that was created, I think, from back in the day. Oprah, hairstylist, had created this hair typing system, but in beauty school, we didn't learn it like that. It was more so like it was either straight, wavy, curly, or coily. It wasn't like no 1A, 3B. It wasn't nothing like that. We also learned in school about porosity. And if you don't know what porosity is, it's the ability for your hair to absorb moisture. So like some people can be low porosity, meaning like it's hard for water to get in, or it can be high porosity, meaning your hair get all the water. So that's how we learn. So I look more so on like the texture, the density, like meaning like if you've got full hair, the texture meaning is it wavy, coily, coarse, and I also look at the porosity. To me as a hairstylist, those are the main things that matter, because like I need to know how your hair hold water, because that's going to determine what type of products that I'm using your hair. So let that sit in your spirit too. I don't know why I said that. I was trying to make a point about something else and I forgot. But anyway, oh, this is what I was talking about. My client, she was saying, asking me about hair type, and I said I really don't, go about it. And I was telling her the importance of you really need to know like how your hair takes in moisture, because like if your hair has a good moisture balance, if your hair stays moisturized, then that means could be number one, less breakage, which number two means it's going to promote to more hair growth. So that's why the porosity is kind of knowing like how your hair absorbs moisture or not absorb moisture is very important, because if you can break down the science and figure out like, oh, okay, my hair is like more low porosity, meaning like, just to give you a visual, low porosity, your hair cuticles, this is your hair strand, is really tight. So you see how tight my hair is? So if I were to take this bottle of water and pour it over my hands with them tight shut like this, it's gonna be hard for water to get down in between. It's gonna really just slide off to the side of my nails. Like some gonna still get in, but it's gonna be hard for it to get in. So with low porosity, a lot of times you have to do more deep conditioners and steam treatments. Heat is going to lift that cuticle up. It's going to raise it. So when you steam or deep condition your hair, that heat gonna open it up. So if I were to take this bottle of water and pour over it, guess what? That water can get down in there. And that's going to help with growing your hair. Let that sit in your spirit. I didn't think I never used that analogy before. Maybe I have, but I forgot. But let that analogy sit in your spirit, because that's going to help y'all. Okay, so that's why you use heat. So with the low porosity girl is the ones, most of the ones, if you've never been like color processed or there go my mama calling. Let me tell her I'm on live. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Ma. Yeah, I'm on the YouTube live streets. I'm on YouTube live. Oh no, that's fine. Do you need something? Okay, I'll call you back. Okay, bye. All right. That was Mama Judy calling. But yeah, so what I was saying is that's why you need, if you, most of the time I was saying, like, if your hair hasn't been like chemically treated, meaning like you haven't had any color or any heat damage or nothing like that, y'all will typically tend to be the ones with really, really low porosity because you, it's really natural. It hasn't had anything to really raise the cuticle a little bit. So you're more so like low porosity, meaning the hair cuticle is tight, so you do need that heat. Sometimes with color processed hair, it just depends. You still you can have a little bit of high porosity. I noticed that, like, with when I had my hair really, really blonde, blonde tips, I noticed like those blonde tips, the ones that had been color processed, it was more of like high porosity, but then the roots was like low porosity too. So I'm gonna get on that. And then also the ones who might have like the looser curl pattern, and like maybe kind of like thinner hair, you'll notice that your hair needs more of protein, because sometimes with like the finer hair strands, you don't really have the 3 layers. So those who have the thick layers, thick hair, we have the 3 layers. I think it's the cuticle, the medulla, and the cortex, if I remember. And I think the ones who have thinner hair, you're missing one. So you always need something to kind of help build that hair. So your hair will typically need more protein. Now, I do want to say this. If you're trying to grow your hair, it needs a balance of protein and moisture. You don't want to overdo one or the other, okay? Because some people be like, oh, my hair is dry, I'm going to just keep it wet all the time, be spraying water on it all the time. I'm going to let this deep conditioner sit for like 10 hours so it can really get in there. You don't want to do that. You don't want to over process your hair with having too much moisture in it, okay? Because when your hair is wet, is at its weakest state. So if your hair is constantly in a wet, weakened state, it's going to be more prone to break it. So anything you try to do, it's going to easily break your hair. It's going to be like a wet spaghetti noodle. Just think, yeah, that's a good one. Think about a spaghetti noodle. Like, when you have boiled a spaghetti noodle down and it's wiggly, you can easily pull it apart. That's the same thing with your hair. For y'all who want to sleep in conditioners overnight or keep the conditioner in your hair for hours at a time, I ain't judge you, because I made a mistake and did that the other day. I ain't keep it in for an hour, but I kept it in for an hour. I kept it in for an hour by mistake because I was around the house doing so. So I fall short sometimes too, so I ain't judging you, but I'm just saying, don't make a habit of it. Don't make a habit of every week when you wash your hair, every 2 weeks, to keep the conditioner on for hours at a time, okay? Don't make a habit of it, because if it's constantly in that weakened state, can break your hair off. I also want to say this too, because be very careful of wearing these slick back ponytails all the time. If you gotta do a slick back ponytail because you in between your hair appointment day, you in between your wash day, that's cool. But don't make a habit of doing slick back ponytails all the time, where you slicking it down with a lot of gel and putting these tight ponytail holders on it. Because again, your hair is in a wet state and it's in a weakened state. So when you pulling that hair back with that hair tie, even if you're doing it with a satin hair tie, keep doing that same style over a period of a couple of days. You're weakening your hair and your hair is breaking off, and that's why you're not seeing hair growth. So let that sit in your spirit too. So again, that's why you don't want to do too much moisture. Now on the opposite end, you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna just do more protein. Okay, that's cool, but your hair gonna be, if you do too much protein, it's gonna kind of really dry your hair out a little bit, and it's gonna make it too hard. So on the opposite end, it's gonna be like a spaghetti noodle before you cooked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be real strong, but like you can take that spaghetti noodle and say, "Hi-ya," on your knee, and it's gonna break. Okay, so that's the other thing. You don't want to overdo it with the protein, because it's gonna make your hair too hard and it's gonna break. So does that make sense? Your hair needs a balance of protein and moisture. Now, if you kind of confused and you like, well, Lisa, I don't know, like, how often I should be doing the protein. How often should I be doing the protein treatment? How often should I be doing deep conditioner? Ebook guide. Or you can go back and search some of my other old videos and see how often. But nah, for real though, you need a good balance of that. You do for real. And so that's gonna help your hair grow. That's the main three things. You need a routine, you need a trim schedule, and a treatment schedule. That's all you need. Look at my nail. I tried to do a little design, y'all. But yeah, that's all you need. That's really all you need. I'm not gonna like really make this difficult because it don't really have to be that difficult. But outside of those three things, if you're not seeing the results you want to see, if you're doing the trim schedule, you keeping up with your trim schedule, you're keeping up with your treatment schedule, and you got a routine and you're not seeing the results, okay, then we're gonna look internal. Is it hormonal? Are you stressed? Or is some vitamins off? You going through menopause? You know, you got some mental health issues. All of that plays a part. So you could be doing everything right. You could be taking the vitamins. You went to the doctor taking the vitamins. You could be doing the routine, trim, protein, but you stressed. That's why your hair ain't growing. Stop stressing. Go take you a walk. Go pray. Go meditate. Go do something. And that can unlock your hair growing. So that's just really this in a nutshell. If you're trying to grow your hair, keep your hair, and that's another thing, keep your hair moisturized. Keep your hair moisturized. And what I mean by moisturized is you want to have a treatment schedule, and in between your wash day, keep it moisturized with like a leave-in conditioner, and then seal it with like a oil or a cream. Okay, if it starts to get dry. But that's pretty much it, y'all. It don't have to really be hard to grow your hair. I mean, it's a lot of, and do products play a big part? Yes, products play a part in it too, having the right products. I'm gonna share with y'all some shampoos. I just restocked my shampoo. This is the Honey Mimosa shampoo. It smells amazing, but it's a moisturizing shampoo. This shampoo will be good for you. If you have, let me show you some other products. If you got dry, itchy scalp, let me show you what you can use. Rosemary shampoo. This would be good to shampoo your hair. If your hair is on the thinner side, you can use coconut milk shampoo. This is on my website. What else? You can use this. This is the Eucalyptus Mint Refreshing Spray. It helps grow your hair. It helps with dandruff, flaking. You can use this in between to nourish your scalp. And I also don't want to discount this. If you're trying to grow your hair, drink your water. Let's drink some water right now. Get your water in. Get your water in. This is how you know you get enough water. When you go to the bathroom, look at the color of that urine. Look at the color of that urine. That urine on that yellowish, like dark yellowish side, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. That urine should be about a really like a little pale yellow. Okay? It should be on the lighter side. It shouldn't be on the darker side. That's how you know you're getting enough water. So if that urine's a little on the darker side, so still let's bump it up. Cause you think you're drinking enough water, but you're probably not. But your urine gonna tell on you. Your urine gonna tell if you're drinking enough water. So that ain't my business. You ain't gotta put in the comments. That is your business with you and your Heavenly Father. Okay? That got nothing to do with me. That got nothing to do with me. You ain't gotta tell me what color yours is. That's your business. So when you go to the bathroom, check that, okay? Because your body is always telling us. And and also too, if your scalp is constantly getting dry, let's say you just shampooed your hair and then like by 2 days you already got dandruff, your body is telling you, I'm not getting enough water. I'm not getting the right foods in my body. Something is off. So it could be either your water intake, the reason why your scalp is flaking up. It could be the the foods you eating. You maybe eating too much processed food, too much sugar, too much yeast. I know my client, if she eat too much bread, her scalp just have a field day on her. So also you might need to do a food journal. And the reason why I'm bringing this up about your scalp health, because that's your foundation. If your scalp is not moisturized, and it stays clean, it don't have a good foundation to grow. It don't have a good foundation to grow, okay? Your hair ain't growing because it's dirty. It's not. It's not. You gotta have a, because some people, they have to shampoo more often than others. Some people can go a while, like 3-4 weeks, and they don't get no flakes, and they scalp don't have no buildup. But you gotta know you and your hair. So y'all, let me call my mama back, see what she want before I start this client. Got a client in 7 minutes. But I hope this live stream was helpful. I hope y'all learned something. If you want, I know this video is kind of like all over the place because I was talking about everything, but if you want a more in-depth on how to grow your hair, go on my YouTube and look at some of my old videos, because I got a plethora of information. Or you can get the ebook guide, or if you need products, you can go to lisasmilez.com. I ship to anybody in the United States of America. If you're out the country, I haven't really figured it out yet. But God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Look, I ain't had to tell y'all like the video. Thank y'all for liking the video. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all the members of the channel. If you just want to support the channel a different way, you're like, oh yeah, I'm kind of feeling her. I'm kind of like a little vibe or whatever. I like what she got going on. You can sign up for my membership. It's just another level of support. And we just do, I have like some member only content on there. And then sometimes, like right after I go live, like this live stream will be available for replay in my membership first. So that's another perk they get. I dropped a video, some videos over there first before it become public. And then some videos of this, some live streams are just for the members. And we be talking about a whole lot of stuff, okay? I got my story time about me meeting a millionaire. I got some of my other little juicy story times about all kind of debauchery I used to be in, how the Lord has transformed my life. Amen. So anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.